know when I go, looking at the heartache in my soul?
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Do you know when I go, looking at the heartache in my soul?
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a little rendition. Is a cover of one of the great artists, rock and roll artists of our time. His name's Timothy Jason Poole.
Well, guys, the big news of the day that I'm recording this is apparently
Jimmy Carter, who was a president there, he's going to jail.
I thought he was dead.
What's that? Hold on, my producer's saying, what's that? Huh? Oh, it's a different guy. It's Donald Jason Trump. Donald Trump, he was a president, and apparently, I was reading the news, he's going to jail. And he's uploaded a pretty alarming message, so let's take a look at that now.
Lately, there's a statement that's been out there all over the place. It's a quote from a lot of people. It said, "TikTok." But if you don't love your children so much, and there are some people that don't, and maybe deservedly so, it won't matter. Someday it'll become time for them to leave this beautiful earth, and we're going to be right again because we're going to make TikTok great again.
I mean, these Donnie Trump uploads, video tweets, or Veets, as I call them, Vjeets. These video titles, check this out. I'm the only one standing in the way between you and our enemies. Part 1. If that one's a two-parter. It's, I've given up trying to figure out what's going on in the mind of American conservatives. But a lot of them, it does seem like a lot of them want to be tough and masculine, But I'm the only one standing in the way between you and I'm the only one?
I'm the only one. You're like little babies.
You're too weak. So I'm the only one. The only one who can do it because you are defenseless little babies.
You look at these Americans and you think,
The wind burned her a little bit in the pool.
I'm the only one who can protect you. You are defenseless because you are a stupid little baby. You peed your pants.
You pooped your pants, and you can't do anything like that because that diaper's sagging. So how are you gonna fight the enemies?
These enemies: Skeletor, the Grinch, Shrek, Whitney Houston, the Joker.
TikTok.
You can't fight these enemies alone. That's only me.
Okay, so I have been noticing that this is kind of a big story in the mainstream news. This is all over the news, so I wanted to kind of take a look at it. This is from the New York, what is this called? New York Mag. According to public reports, the prospective case against the former president appears to concern Trump's payment of hush money to the adult film star Stormy Pendejo. To state the obvious, these facts have nothing to do with the many other areas of potential criminal misconduct on Trump's part that have been publicly posited, particularly his efforts to overturn the 2020 election, his hoarding of classified documents, alleged manipulation of financial statements to mislead lenders and insurers, blah, 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 blah. The whole thing seems a little bit flimsy. We're talking about a $100,000 payment to a porn star. Who knows, but I predict that he'll get quote unquote arrested, which maybe there'll be pictures of him like getting in a car and going to a courthouse or something, and then that'll probably be it, The thing I always thought was most shocking about all the Trump stuff was, I'll just read this from The Guardian. Trump's raising of $250 million for a fund that did not exist suggests possible fraud. They were talking about this at this January 6th thing. This was always the most egregious thing that maybe this guy did, was he raised $250 million from his fans because they were going to fight the election fraud. And they basically just kind of like kept the money, basically. You think to yourself, like, that seems like fraud. He's defrauding these people. But then you're like, yeah, but they kind of want to be defrauded by they think it's an honor to be defrauded by this guy, and they would give him money for anything that he asked for. So can you really go after, does it really make sense to go after
TikTok.
within the district office of people who said, what are we doing?
This guy sucks.
Well, why don't you get...
He's a piece of shit. Don't
Yeah.
curse me, bro.
No, what, were you talking about him or him?
What am I about to say?
No, I was just...
Fuck him.
Okay, so I can't curse you, but he can say that. Thanks for your time, man. Thanks for your time. Yeah, I can't say anything to him, but he wants to drop an F-bomb in our broadcast. That's about right.
I live right there.
I don't care where you live, to be honest with you. I don't care. Thank you.
bothering you, bro.
I'm not bothering
No,
you. Thank
he's
you.
bothering me.
How is he bothering you?
Because this is America.
Yeah, so the only thing that's interesting is the coverage of this, and this might be my favorite so far, this right here, this is Rumble, and I'm kind of feeling Rumble. Rumble just has a chaotic energy to it that I kind of makes me go like this.
What?
But this is Right Side Broadcasting Network. They make money, it looks like, from the pillow guy putting ads on these videos, and this video, this is on Rumble. This on Rumble has 500,000 views. Who knows? Maybe they're juicing the views on Rumble. 500,000 views in a couple of hours. This is a this is a protest in Lower Manhattan in support of Trump. First of all, like barely any Trump supporters show up. There's like 10 people, and then the Right Side Broadcasting guy. The most interesting part of this broadcast is that same guy gets in a fight with an older Asian lady.
Make-A-Wish Foundation. How much you fucking spent?
Unbelievable. Drugs,
And
alcohol.
I send them fucking $5,000
not healthy.
a month.
Normal people don't behave like this,
Who are
Brian.
you? You're nobody. I don't even know you. So why you coming in my face? Why you?
Yeah, that fight goes on through like half the coverage of this. God bless that guy, ruining the Trump rally. That's pretty much all that happens, and then they get pranked. You've probably seen this guy before. He does pranks, and then he pranks their ass.
So why you coming in my face? Why you following me?
Okay, what's that?
Okay, so there's the QAnon,
Fuck you.
QAnon that keeps saying there's going to be all these arrests,
fuck you too.
and they never happen.
Right.
Have you noticed that?
I'm not a follower of that. Oh, yeah.
Maybe this is the arrest that they were talking about.
Maybe we should get the hell out of here.
Maybe it's like trust the plan. Maybe this is the arrest right now. Donald
Trust the
Trump.
play.
That guy manages to keep getting on mic. Here he is the first time. Here we go.
He did very little wrong, if anything. He's prosecuting.
Look around the city right now. I mean, there's crime everywhere.
Hey, good
right?
liars, what's up?
How are you? Good to see you. There's crime everywhere, and I think like this is a political prosecution. It has to be, right? Like that's the only way it could be happening right now is if they're going after him politically. The only other option is that Donald Trump lost by 7 million votes and is a loser who can't deal with the fact that he lost the election because he based his whole personality on being a winner and calling people losers. So
you think his attitude, his approach, his personality is what
is what got us in this mess in the first place, potentially? Or I'm just going to choose to believe that the election was stolen. And
the kid knows that this guy is a prankster, but he can't interrupt.
everything that he says, because I kind of like base my whole personality on supporting Donald Trump, so I'm not going to maybe accept the option.
You live in the city.
I live in the city, yeah.
So how's the city changed over the last couple of years here? I mean, I know crime, but I don't live here, so I can't judge whether or not it's gone up or down.
Yeah, the New York City, I think, is maybe 59th in crime right now. I think there's 4 cities in Indiana that have more crime.
Partners where these boxes are going to be shipped to you in the mail. It's
then also there's a free Trump mystery box at Free Trump. I kind of want to get one of these, but I wonder what's in these boxes. FreeTrumpBox.com. You open up that box and what's in there?
Buckets of cum.
Ugh. Some pretty great on the street reporting there.
I'm calling bluff.
Let's take a look at
Ben Shapiro.
Let's take a look at
Ben Shapiro's
coverage of this. It's pretty interesting.
Daniels began working with an agent to see if she could sell the story of their liaison because, hey, make a buck while you can. And they negotiated, according to the New York Times, a $15,000 deal with Life and Style, a celebrity magazine, telling its reporters that Daniels believed Trump's offer to make her a contestant had been a lie.
Okay.
The reporter asked her, just to impress you, to try to sleep with you? Yeah, said Miss Daniels, and I guess it worked. Oh, you mean a powerful man offered the possibility of a career boost and you went for it? Wow. Shocking.
Okay.
I'm Playboy Ben. That kind of thing is normal to me. Tricking porn stars. That's what I do on a Friday. Oh, yeah. What a shocker. A guy who was married tricked a porn star into doing this.
You know, we might not get as wrapped up in this sensational stuff about porn stars and all this, but Ben Shapiro should be very upset about this, based on all the crap he's had.
Judeo-Christian and families.
Families are like
He's always talking about how important families are and how important traditional values are. Kind of fun to see the guy who's always droning on about Judeo-Christian values and how the family, you need to do everything. The family. Is it great to see a guy who's always going on about that, you know, when it's a gay person or something?
That's interrupting the family values and tradition.
But then this story comes up and he turns into Jim Norton. All of a sudden,
Everybody pays porn. Everybody tricks porn stars and gets hookers.
New York has been a crime-ridden hellhole for the past several years. This guy was elected as the DA.
Oh.
And he immediately said he's not going to prosecute crimes, but he's making sure that he definitely goes after Donald Trump for activities.
This is just a fun little fact check on old Benny Shapiro.
Like, New York's a crime-ridden hellhole. New York's a...
This is just sort of a thing they've been kind of repeating on Fox News and all this stuff.
That New York is a crime-ridden hellhole.
New York City's crime rate is actually pretty low. There has been an increase in crime, at least in late 2022 there was. But I thought this was funny because the Daily Wire studios is in Nashville, Tennessee, and New York City does not make the top 20 of most violent cities, but Nashville does. It's number 16. Also, Memphis is 4, which is another same state as the Ben Shapiro Daily Wire studios.
It's a third world hellhole. We would never have our studios there.
We have our studios in a more violent crime place.
Okay, but maybe the best coverage of this so far is my man, Charlie.
That is my own sperm.
Kirk. Here we go. This is a great one. Check this out.
Exist. And if this is allowed to succeed, none of our liberties is safe.
Okay.
You know, today it's a Republican who's a target. Tomorrow it's a Democrat.
Oh.
And the day after tomorrow, it's your Uncle Charlie or your nephew or your niece.
If you don't know who this is one of Jeffrey Epstein's bros. Alan Dershowitz. Oh, he seems like a cool guy. Okay.
There'd be no limits on what prosecutors can do to their political enemies. And they're going to do it to people who are running against them for DA next.
Oh, great.
And it's just such a violation. Not only a violation of American law and civil liberties, it's actually a violation of the Bible. The Bible.
In other words,
that's in the Bible. That's in the Bible.
Yeah, you see this happening and you think,
No, that's in the Bible.
Did Donald Trump engage in a summer of love, of looting?
Absolutely.
And fire and arson? No, of course not.
Yeah. He didn't. Oh, okay.
A city that is more dangerous than ever. Okay. And the local DA is going straight after the 45th president of the United States. Why is this happening?
Charlie Kirk's really laying on the radio guy thing pretty thick. You can see him trying to you can really tell he's trying to he's like, come on, Charlie, you can do this.
To seek revenge over justice. Right. Seared into the memory of the...
Okay, calm down, Shakespeare. What do you...
Right. Seared into the memory.
TikTok.
Seared into the memory.
That is my own sperm.
Okay, calm down, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Into the destruction of America, the postmodern America, the abolition of the Republican Party, the first female president that would keep the neoliberal order going. The Supreme Court was supposed to be a 7-2.
Oh, man, thank God Trump stopped all that neoliberal stuff. You know what, though? The person who's really shining in all this, because everybody's trying to squeeze a media moment out of this.
There's one guy.
There's one guy who's actually... He's really shining, so we got to give it up. Let's take a look at this. Who is this guy?
Who really gives a crap about law when you're weaponizing your office in a leftist state and where everyone there agrees with you?
Right.
Most of the prosecutors there don't know what the hell to do about this because even they Like the most radical of the radical left.
Okay.
Realize that it's insane. In all fairness, like, isn't she like paying his legal bills or something like that? I don't know.
What is the deal?
That's weird. It's like he's trying to do a Trump voice. He's trying to do the Trump attitude, but it's coming out like some kind of weird Jerry Seinfeld. I like this part right here. Check this out.
Isn't she like paying his legal bills or something like that?
What happened there?
Isn't she paying his legal bills, something like that?
What happened? I gotta see that again. What's going on there, man?
Insane. In all fairness, like, isn't she like paying his legal bills or something like that?
It's almost like Pee Wee Herman-esque.
Isn't she like paying his legal bills or something like that?
What is going on? What is going on there biologically? People always make fun of this guy that he's like coked up all the time. I hope he is. I really hope that's not his normal demeanor.
Legal bills.
Oh, here we go. This guy, Steven Crowder, is back. I was trying to squeeze content out of his media tour when he's going to relaunch his show. Man, oh man. This guy's biggest crime might be that he is just the most insufferable snooze. Just, oh my God. If you're having trouble sleeping and the melatonin gummies aren't kicking in, put on some of his tour, his media tour to relaunch his show. Good Lord. Here we go.
What do you think? You think it's a PR stunt? You think this is happening? What do you think the results will be?
Something like that?
Look, arresting Donald Trump, I don't know if the Democrats are that bold, and I don't know if they want this. Frankly, some of me thinks that maybe some people up top are saying, don't do this because it will backfire.
Right.
But if you arrest your political opponents, people who are actively seeking the presidency, look, do you guys want to start a civil war? Because that's how you start a civil war. Not saying I want it, but I'm saying if you look throughout history, jailing political opponents is kind of one of the key items that pop shit off.
That's true. By the way, he's probably the only person on the...
It'll be like this. Or...
something like that.
I'm so glad Steven Crowder brought that up. The Civil War stuff. You know, the civil... I knew it. We knew it. It was going to be like, this is it. This is the beginning of the Civil War. I honestly think the closest we're going to get to a Civil War is that guy wandering around Manhattan yelling at that middle-aged Asian woman.
Normal people don't behave like this, Brian.
You're nobody. I don't even know you.
Like that was the Civil War, and these guys missed it. But of course, when we're talking about Civil War or
something like that,
we gotta go to my man.
He doesn't want to be involved in it. He's focused on Florida. These are all very important things.
Right.
But I do think the important question here, as it pertains to the bigger picture, not just DeSantis potentially running for president, but the extradition of Donald Trump.
Right.
If New York indicts and Donald Trump is in Florida,
something
and
like
Florida
that,
says, F you, we will not send Donald Trump back for your political garbage, and Trump refuses to go. Then what? New York petitions the federal government. They say, he's a criminal in our state. We want him, but Florida won't cooperate. What do you do?
Okay, I want to remind you, as with all Tim Pool videos, I really love how much of a lazy bastard this millionaire is. How many views on this? 177,000 views in 13 hours. Just what a lazy bastard this guy is that he didn't edit this video. So what he's saying right there is like, this guy, Ron DeSantis, you know, what if he's in Florida? He's the governor of Florida. What if he says, no, you can't get Trump. You can't get him. He lives here.
Is it okay? Can I say Civil War? Come on. Okay, sure. I don't know. Maybe not. Whatever.
How many? 177,000 views. I love him. He's the funniest man on YouTube. So he's like, man, you know, again, he's like, this guy, DeSantis, he could step in and say, no, you're not taking him. This is going to be a civil war. And what I'm about to play is in the same video.
And he will not extradite. So check this out. We do have it confirmed.
Yeah.
DeSantis says he won't get involved with Trump's potential indictment in any way.
Right.
The government can intervene in an extradition matter if it is contested under Florida law.
Right.
In his first comments, we all heard what he said. We're not getting involved. They say under Florida law, the governor can intervene in an extradition matter if it's contested. But Trump's lawyers have told media outlets the president would likely surrender if he is indeed indicted. Trump's announced
So what just happened is he's like, Florida's not going to allow New York to take this guy and arrest his ass. They're not going to let him. And then he like pulls up an article. And it's like, oh, this guy in Florida says he's not gonna do anything. You could take his ass, you know. I'm not gonna get involved. And of course he says that because this guy Ronnie D would like nothing better for this guy Trump's ass to, you know, get arrested because he's a political opponent at this point. But I love that Tim Pool starts the thing like, this is a civil war. The Civil War, they're not gonna send him. Florida, who's on Trump's side, they're not going to send him. And he pulls up an article. What I just said made no sense. Okay, here we go. I got to play this. Again, this is my favorite YouTuber, Tim Pool. So I got to check in with my man. And I look at him and I go,
something like that.
He's one of the biggest political YouTubers. Finally, we get like a coherent explanation of what his political views actually are. Check this out. This is it.
Family libertarianism, because I fall on the more left side of the American political spectrum.
Yes.
Leftists, however, in this country believe whatever random crap they're told to believe because that's what wokeness is.
That seems like a bit of a contradiction. Okay, skip ahead about 8 minutes here and we get this.
About like 100% being the best candidate, 0% being the worst. Everybody's been a 1 to 10.
Right.
Hey, there's some good things they do.
Yep.
Dave Smith would probably be an 80. But we also got to think about who's going to win.
Okay, I've been covering this guy for a long time, and I think I finally get it. He's on the left, but the left is also stupid, and he thinks Dave Smith is the best possible presidential candidate, I guess. If you don't know who Dave Smith is, he's like the furthest right you could possibly get. I think of like any public, of any social media goofball. Dave Smith is like, I would say like a literal crazy person.
Isn't she like paying his legal bills or something like that?
Okay, guys, one more thing before we go.
One more thing before we go, guys. I'm really hoping that these mobile ads keep getting more and more insane. I think they got to make these things insane to get anybody's attention anymore. I don't know if this is even real, but I hope it's real. People have been passing around like a screenshot of this mobile game. I don't think I can play the beginning of it on YouTube because it's porno. Because it's this, basically. But I can describe it. It's an animated guy who's like milking. He has these like milking suction things on a lady. And then I guess his wife bursts in. She punches both of them. And then this happens.
Something like that. Something like that.
Okay.
Apparently, this is a huge thing on TikTok. These bizarre, insane ads for mobile games that make no sense. Which I gotta say, this is my kind of art. I found this article. This has been going on for a while, probably to get TikTokers' attention. A series of bizarre at best, offensive at worst animated ads for solitaire phone games are making the rounds on TikTok. And oh boy, do we have questions.
Something like that.
The ads are a game called Solitaire Home Design. Oh my god, this is real. In one particularly mind-boggling ad, two Pixar-esque cartoon women get into an argument while on a balcony. One of them is pregnant, and she is violently pushed to the ground where her water breaks in a clear reference to pregnancy loss. Oh my god. A second ad from the same game company is just as horrifying, but has a slightly happier ending. In it, a woman finds an abandoned baby in a dumpster. Sounds like this. This definitely makes me want to get on TikTok. You know, just watching these people try to out-insane each other with these mobile games. Well, guys, it's not one of our best days, okay? It's Tuesday or
something like that.
And we don't like it, and frankly, we're against it. We're against it. We're gonna protest. We're gonna protest it. I'm getting sick somehow, that's great. So, yeah, that makes the week a lot funner when you're sniffing. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.